Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for June 22nd, 2012. It is currently 8 a.m. and temperatures are already pushing into the mid to upper 70s in most locations, lower 80s in our urban areas, especially in Philadelphia Metro and New York City Metro, of course. And of course, our dew points are impressively high in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Very humid for this morning and for this time of year. And that's going to translate to some very heavy downpours for this afternoon as a weakening cold front approaches the northern mid-Atlantic. So let's take a look at the water vapor satellite picture because I think it's going to tell a lot of the story here. Now here's our cold front, okay? This cold front is weakening rapidly. There really isn't a lot of strong forcing in the upper levels with this cold front. Notice that the majority of the dynamics here are all being focused towards the St. Lawrence River Valley and northern New England, and you can see our area low pressure all the way up in southern Quebec. Now, this cold front will create enough lifting to produce widespread showers and thunderstorms. However, majority of these thunderstorms are not going to be severe. The few isolated thunderstorms that do reach severe levels, well, they're going to be capable of very heavy downpours and wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. I'm concerned about what's called downdraft bursts. Okay, that's basically where the atmosphere becomes rain cooled in the upper and mid-level portions of the atmosphere, and that rain cooled air, because it's cooler than the surrounding environment, crashes towards the surface and it causes strong wind gusts. Think of it kind of like taking a hammer and slamming it on the ground, and you get like basically a very strong force towards the surface, should I say. So what happens is that air races out and creates a strong wind gust. That's not going to be a constant threat, won't be a widespread threat, but it is an isolated threat. Now, and the reason why that severe thunderstorms are going to be isolated in nature is because the atmosphere from the surface all the way up to the mid-levels is warm. And when you have that type of environment, you set up more of a tropical type of rainfall, tropical type of thunderstorms, rather than the typical severe thunderstorms you would see in, let's say, the southern plains or in the southeast. So again, look out for showers and thunderstorms today. I think that's going to be the main theme as this cold front moves through. Another important factor here is that the upper level winds are going to remain from the southwest with this cold front. And that's important because that means this cold front is going to move very slowly. So in fact, this cold front is going to be hanging around the area for this evening, which is going to cause some problems for the Mets-Yankees game later on this evening around 7 p.m. As a result of this whole cold front hanging around, I would not be surprised if there are significant delays with the Mets and Yankees game. There could even be a postponement as the showers and thunderstorms train or move over the same location, which happens to be the coast for this evening. So the Mets-Yankee game for this evening is not looking very good at this time. Taking a look at the infrared satellite picture, I bring this up because of the cloud cover that's developing here. It's rather an important point here. The cloud cover signifies two things. One, there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and two, temperatures are not going to be able to rise as high as they have been the past 2 days, which is a good thing. Look for temperatures in the lower to mid 90s away from the coast, around 90 degrees right along the immediate coast. I do not expect a sea breeze along the coast because of the increasing southwesterly wind. So look for temperatures to push around 90, 91 degrees, even if you're in Long Island or along the immediate New Jersey coast. Away from the coast again, look for temperatures anywhere from 92 to 96 degrees. With the high levels of humidity in the atmosphere, the heat index is still going to be pushing close to 100 degrees away from the coast because, again, of that high level of humidity. So it's kind of compensating for the lower temperatures, so you end up with almost the same type of heat index potential. Also note that showers and thunderstorms are starting to develop. Notice the blue dots here. That means the cloud cover is starting to build. The cloud tops are starting to build. And you can see that with the radar here. You can see already this morning you have scattered showers and a few isolated thunderstorms developing ahead of this cold front. As the afternoon wears on and as the heating of the day increases, expect for these showers and thunderstorms to become more widespread and slowly push towards the coast. And as they do so, showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage, and you can expect periods of very heavy downpours with the showers and thunderstorms. So this afternoon and this evening is not looking very good if you're going home in the rush hour or if you're heading out for a ball game. Be prepared for some rainfall and some heavy downpours. And we're going to keep an eye on the progression of this cold front through the day, and of course keep you updated if there's any severe thunderstorms. Right now I'm not expecting a major severe threat out of this cold front at this time. Flash flooding though, that's a different story, and that's something you better keep an eye on. If you're going through a roadway and the water is submerging that roadway, don't try to drive through it because the water might actually be deeper than what you think, and that causes a lot of problems. So let's take a look at the model guidance for this weekend. Again, for this evening, we're using the European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website. Can't forget that. Okay, so for this evening, the cold front is going to move through and slowly push off the coast. Notice that by 7 p.m. this evening, that cold front is still right along the immediate coast. And you can see why, with the upper level trough really focused more towards Canada, not so much for the northern mid-Atlantic, so the cold front moves a lot slower and is a lot weaker. And of course, at the lower and mid levels, there's plenty of moisture in the atmosphere still, thus keeping the threat for rainfall alive. This disturbance right here is a potential tropical disturbance we're going to keep an eye on for our friends in the Gulf Coast, as this disturbance potentially develops into a tropical depression or possibly even a storm. Heading in towards tomorrow, Saturday, that cold front will be further off the coast. Skies will slowly clear from west to east, with temperatures remaining in the lower to mid 80s right along the immediate coast. If you move just off the coast, look for temperatures in the upper 80s, possibly pushing into the lower 90s in some locations, especially urban locations. Humidity will still be high because the new air mass behind this cold front is going to take about 24 to about 36 hours to get into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. So if you're looking for a rapid cool down, wait a bit, let's say for Sunday. You'll see a marked decrease in humidity on Sunday. Temperatures will remain in the mid to upper 80s, especially with air sinking off the Appalachian Mountains. So it's going to be a more pleasant day on Sunday, but still a still a warm day. Temperatures pretty much near where you would expect them to be in mid to late June. Of course, here's our potential tropical system that could be moving towards the central and western Gulf Coast that we're going to keep an eye on for this weekend. Another cold front will move through on Monday. This cold front actually has a real change in the air mass, dropping humidity significantly, along with temperatures back towards near to slightly below normal levels. And once this cold front moves through, with showers and thunderstorms of course, high pressure will take hold for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with dry conditions, low humidity, and temperatures basically ranging in the upper 70s to lower 80s for highs, upper 50s to lower 60s for lows. And of course, again, through this forecast period, we're going to have to keep an eye on this tropical disturbance. It could be a tropical storm or hurricane for portions of the western Gulf Coast. Again, there's a lot to wait on with this disturbance. It has to develop first, for one, and also something to keep an eye on, especially for those of you who live around Texas or you have family near Texas. Could produce, at the very least, some very beneficial rainfall, as the Southern Plains significantly needs some rainfall after a significant drought over the region. So that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'll keep an eye on those showers and thunderstorms. Many of you who are going to the Mets-Yankees game tonight are already asking, hey, what can I expect? Well, for right now, expect to dodge some showers at the very least and potentially some lengthy delays, if not a complete postponement and doubleheader on Saturday or Sunday. I am your meteorologist, Stephen D. Martino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.